as you know the statistics of AAHOA, 10,000 members owning 20,000 hotels. The one stat that sometimes people don't know is out of those 10,000 hotels, 2/3 of them are franchised. So we better be very strong advocates for our members, with 2/3 of them being franchised hotels. So if you look at just that fourth bullet point, the 2011 progress report on fair franchising, we really wanted to demystify certain things through that progress report. Certainly one question that we had to the franchisors was, how are you helping us with this worst economic downturn in 75 years? I think in 2009, the net operating income was down 40% over the prior year. 2010, it was down, I believe, 5%. 2008, it was down. So you've got some terrible net operating income numbers. So with our franchises trying to pay mortgages, utility bills, et cetera, very strong question to the franchisors is, how are you helping support our members? The two other questions that are on the progress report, and very good questions, because of all the magazines you read about franchising, and you see stats on how much a franchisee pays for an application fee. How much does a franchisee pay for a royalty payment? What percentage? How much does a franchisee pay in marketing fees? I've still yet to see a question, how much does a franchisee pay for GDS fees for this franchise versus this franchise versus this franchise? I've yet to see how much does a franchisee pay for in a loyalty program. Or better yet, a question on, when the guest redeems a free room night in a hotel, how is that hotel compensated by the franchisor? And furthermore, if that franchisee is compensated in a certain way, does that franchisee then have to pay a royalty fee on top of that compensation? So these questions were derived from our members. One of the great things about AAHOA is our members are all owners. So they look at every line item on the statement. They question every line item. Without delay, let me turn it over to the architect of some of these initiatives for this year, our chairman, C.K. Patel.
As you all know, I think I have said this many times during this conference and in a lot of places before this conference, that last year when I took over chairmanship in Chicago, I had given a theme to my chairmanship to achieve these goals, and that was Step Up to Solutions. At the same time, my entire board of directors on that stage had taken a pledge that they'll do everything right to help the membership. And they have delivered. They have delivered. They did do everything right which can help the members. And I'm very proud of the entire board for doing so. They kept their promise to the membership, and they helped me achieve all the goals what I had set for. They worked very hard this year. Certain times they were complaining that, CK, you're making us work too hard. We have a family, we have a business. And my answer to them was, you knew when you joined this board that you have to sacrifice something somewhere. And they were all laughing and happy about it, that with that sacrifice they're helping thousands of members. And they were all very happy to do the work they were assigned to do. And there are about 5 major accomplishments of this year. First is education, which is ongoing, continues. Knowing the economy the way it is going right now, a lot of members were facing different issues in different sectors, like banking, franchising, bed bug issues all around, and a lot of other issues, pool, ADA issues. And as you know that we conduct town hall meetings and regional meetings nationwide, and we provide seminars during those times. But then we decided, how can we educate our members every week on a weekly basis? So they don't have to wait until we go to them. They can go to TV channel, flip click the channel on Sunday, 12:30 in the afternoon and watch the show. And the show are produced by the professionals. None of the board of director, including me, goes on that show. It is completely professional. It is produced by the people who knows the subject to educate our members. And the shows are very well received. The same show will go on our YouTube page for the education program. So for the younger generation, the people who are not subscribing to Indian channel, they'll be able to go on ahoa.com and click on that education program, and they'll be able to see the entire episode. So this is continuous education we are providing, not just to our membership, but to entire Indian community. At the same time, we are doing another thing, which is return on investment study. Now, this is to educate our members that once you invest $500,000 in any franchise, what is your payback period? What is your return on investment? How many years it will take you to get that $500,000 back before you make any profit? Because as you all know, the franchise agreement does not include a lot of things, a lot of small things, what they impose on you, like renovation plans, like amenity creep. Tomorrow morning they might wake up and they say, okay, no, even though your ADR is $40, we want to serve $10 breakfast every morning because we want to get people coming in. Franchisors are not losing anything in that because they are making their money on the top revenue, on the gross income. But franchisees are losing everything. So this is where this study comes in. This study will be a survey by done by the HVS. They will ask the membership to provide their P&Ls to see the real numbers, that what they are spending for which franchise and the other things, what they are doing on top, on above and beyond the franchise agreement. So this study will be a unique study. Nobody has done this study in the industry. We tried, what, about 15 different companies, Fred?
Mm-hmm. Yes, several companies, yeah.
And majority of them were reluctant to do the study because of the conflict of interest. And HVS came forward and they said, we love your idea. This needs to happen. This is a good education tool for the franchisees. So they are conducting the survey and they'll be putting out the study in the marketplace to educate the members to make the right decision. This will not be against any single franchisor. This will be the facts of what's going on in the industry. And that's why we have hired HVS, which is an international company, very well-known company. So nobody can say that, oh, Ahoa did this study, it has no value. So we have put some teeth in the game. So that is also another encouraging thing we have done. The last two programs are also very important. The first one is OTA, Online Travel Agency. Our goal is to make it an OTA. Right now we have started with Portal, but within a year or two, with the help of the company whom we are dealing with, it will be a full-fledged OTA.
Elaborated on the issue we had undertaken this year, and by all means, these are the heart-burning bread and butter issues. And regardless, when we meet with franchisor or we meet with politicians, we make it very clear, just like, I always say that Michael Jordan played for Bulls, but he always represented players, not the owner. And we represent our members when it comes to the issues like this. A couple of issues, as you know, my passion will be towards driving the legislative side of Ahoa, although the other initiatives of e-marketplace and Ahoa online travel agency will be given more power and will be given more strength let me just say on our online travel agency initiative. We will need to really focus on marketing side because when we are competing in some of the big players in this industry, the key is about how much marketing we can drive and how much funds we can put into our marketing side of this program. At the same token, the e-marketing is a good tool so that our members can derive the benefit of the best bargain power of the products that they use into their hotels. But especially on the on the franchising side, especially with Bill of Rights. There is no better time than to put a legislative initiative in play when the elections are coming. 2012 election will be a vital year for America because of the fact, if you ask me as a Democrat, or if you ask Alkes, hoping that he's a Republican, where are you going to vote? And everybody's answer is, I don't know yet. Why? Because people have lost the faith about who is going to really go and support the agenda of middle-class America. And that's when you put the agenda like Bill of Rights or anything related to franchising and try to see how it goes, because political will is what is going to drive it. We have been there. I have been, personally, I have been very passionate about franchising and some sort of leverage where it makes the playing field level between franchisee and franchisor, since I was involved in a White House conference small business delegation during Clinton administration in DC, and one of the top agenda which was given by 1,800 small business owners in 5 days White House conference, and the third one on the top was the franchising issue, level the barriers between franchisee and franchisor.
Current team, along with the officers, I think the site work and the foundation has been laid. The Hammond's job is going to be to make sure it's a solid foundation, and then for me and Mehul is to make sure we build on it and make it look beautiful and make sure that it's stabilized in 3 years and have a positive revenue coming out.
This year, one of my focus with helping with the officer and team is to bring a qualified candidate into FSCs. Currently, I serve on IHI and La Quinta Brand Council, so we wanted to make sure that we have enough representatives in every FSCs and qualified candidates. So when we put our membership into the FSCs, their job is to educate the brand folks what really works in the day-to-day life in a hotel industry, because our members are the true operator of the hotel, and they understand how does it affect their bottom line, or what are the things that they face day-to-day challenges. So that's been a very success for last 12 months. We were able to find many of the candidates who has a passionate to put their time and effort into FSCs, and so we were able to very successful in putting few people in chalk, and IHI, every year there is election, so we put many people on it. So that has been a very successful platform for us in last year. And as all the officer mentioned, we'll continue to build on the same platform that AHOA has laid out. And we have a strong governance model. That is, being a secretary last 12 months, that's what I have focused to make sure that we follow our governance model, because our governance models focus for next 5 years, and all our officers' goal is to make sure we follow through and fulfill all the responsibility to serve our membership.